London Bridge.
Today was our most bougie day in London. We started with modern art at Tate Modern and somehow found ourselves having high tea while cruising the Thames, passing some of the most iconic views in the city.
General lying in hospital and Her Royal Highness the Princess of Wales.
Then we ended the night watching Les Misérables in the West End. Very cultured, very elegant, very refined. And then for dinner, we went to Jollibee because apparently after a full day of art, tea, and theater, our souls still needed fried chicken.
New York.
Welcome back to Sess Interiors. Today's London vlog is a little different because this was the day we accidentally created the most dramatic itinerary of the trip. It had everything: art, architecture, tea, river views, theater, fashion moments, emotional singing, and one very unexpected dinner choice. This was the kind of day where you start by pretending to be sophisticated, and by the end of the night, you're standing under bright fast food lighting, completely at peace with yourself. That is balance. So, we started our day with Tate Modern. Tate Modern is one of those places where the building already feels like part of the exhibit. It has this industrial, almost raw presence. But inside, the spaces feel open, edited, and intentional. And from an interior design point of view, that contrast is what makes it interesting. You have hard surfaces, big volume, quiet walls, controlled lighting, and then suddenly one piece of art changes the entire mood of the room. That's something I always notice when I travel. It's not just what is displayed, it is how the space prepares you to look. Some rooms make you slow down, some make you feel small, some make you wonder whether you understand modern art, or if modern art is quietly judging you. There was this very simple pleasure in just walking through, looking at color, scale, texture, and composition without needing to explain everything.
That's the shard. You have to pay to get a view of London, but where we are right now, the 10th floor of Tate Modern, it's free.
Sometimes travel gives you design inspiration not by showing you a finished room, but by changing how you see. And Tate Modern did exactly that. It gave the day a very cultured beginning. At this point, we were still behaving like serious museum people. That would not last.
Go inside. Wait lang.
Okay, so I got so much space, and it says I'm out of space.
When they're talking about
Who was that?
After Tate, we made our way toward the river for high tea on a Thames cruise. Now, high tea already sounds fancy, but high tea while floating past London landmarks, that is a different level.
No trip in London is complete without afternoon tea with a river cruise. What
tea,
drinks?
tea, coffee is included.
Tea and coffee?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
it's included.
the food, the sandwiches, sweets, and everything. Only
Okay.
the drinks you have to pay for.
I see. I'll do the tea too.
Tiered trays, little desserts, soft light coming through the glass, and then London moving slowly outside the window. This is the kind of experience that feels touristy in the best possible way. You're drinking tea, trying to act casual, while Big Ben and the Houses of Parliament are just passing by like background actors who know they are iconic. The river gives London a completely different rhythm. From the street, the city feels busy and layered, but from the Thames, everything opens up. You see the skyline differently. The bridges feel more dramatic. The buildings feel like they're presenting themselves one by one. And from a designer perspective, I love that mix. Historic stone, glass towers, old bridges, modern edges, and soft gray London weather, tying everything together.
This is the London Bridge. As you can tell, it says
The
London
tea
Bridge.
setup was also a moment. There's something about a tiered tray that immediately makes you sit up straighter. Suddenly, a sandwich cut into a rectangle feels like an event. And of course, I had to observe the interiors too. The glass ceiling, the seating layout, the table styling, the way the views became part of the room. That is the thing about good travel experiences. The location is not just outside the window, it becomes part of the design.
This is the globe replica. This one.
We were there.
And Tate Modern, yeah.
We went up.
We went all the way up. So this is Millennium Bridge. And I got it.
This was probably one of the most beautiful ways to see the city. It was calm,
Perfect timing of
scenic,
that bus.
and just formal enough to feel special without becoming intimidating. Basically, it was luxury with a teapot.
Here comes Ben and the Eye, London Eye, and our hotel. Should you order or no?
This is your food.
Perfect.
And I'm just gonna let you know what the food are.
All
So
right.
here you've got egg cress, chipotle, just vegetables, coronation chicken, and salmon. Enjoy your food.
Thank you.
Okay, ladies and gents, we have now reached the area of the House of Lords. The Palace of Westminster has two distinctive towers. Flying the Union flag is the Victoria Tower, the other is the Elizabeth Tower. Big Ben is the nickname for the largest of the five bells hanging in the belfry at the top of the tower. Weighing 13.5 tons, Big Ben chimes on the hour and the hour only. It has done this since 1859.
After the cruise, we stepped back into the city, and London started shifting into evening. This is when the lights begin to do the work. Daytime London is architectural, nighttime London is theatrical. The buildings glow, the streets get busier, the signs get brighter, and everything starts to feel like a set, which was perfect because the next part of the day was actual theater. We were going to see Les Misérables.
That's the one on your right side. I just stopped safely for you.
Arriving at the theater already felt like part of the show. There's something about theater entrances that always feels emotional before anything even happens.
Sorry, we're getting into. Sorry.
Everyone is dressed just a little better. Everyone is moving with purpose. And everyone knows they are about to sit in the dark and collectively pretend they are not crying. Les Misérables is one of those shows where you do not go in expecting a light little musical evening. You go in knowing there will be barricades, heartbreak, sacrifice, and at least one song that will make you question your life choices. So, yes, the day stayed bougie, but now it became dramatic bougie. I could not film the actual performance, of course, but the experience itself was powerful. The staging, the lighting, the music, the movement, and everything felt layered. By the end, we were drained in the best way. It was beautiful. It was intense. It was one of those experiences where you leave the theater quieter than when you entered. And after all that emotion, all that music, all that theatrical grandeur, we made a very important decision: dinner. Now, after a day like this, you might think we ended with a candlelit dinner somewhere elegant, maybe French food, maybe a tiny restaurant with linen napkins, maybe something with a sauce that takes 3 days to make. No, we went to Jollibee. And honestly, it made perfect sense. Because sometimes after art, tea, river views, and emotional French suffering on stage,
That's where we're going now.
you do not need another curated
Where?
experience. You need
Where?
fried chicken. You need something familiar, chaotic, comforting, and completely unbothered by the fact that you just watched one of the most legendary musicals in the world. This was the funniest ending because the whole day had been building this elegant London fantasy. Tate Modern, cultured. High tea cruise, refined. Les Miserables, emotional. Jollibee, correct. And that is why this might have been my favorite day. Not because it was perfect, but because it had range. It was bougie, dramatic, scenic, emotional, and then suddenly very real. That's travel. You plan the beautiful moments, but the funny endings are usually the ones you remember. So, yes, this was our most bougie day in London. And yes, it ended with Jollibee. No regrets. If you enjoyed this London vlog, please like, subscribe, and follow along for more interiors, travel, and lifestyle inspiration for this next chapter of life. Because sometimes the best design inspiration comes from a museum, a river cruise, a theater, and sometimes from a red plastic tray.